Hey Guardians, Ebontis here. I was going to do a solo run through of the Nightfall, yet I did one already, and some of you guys may have seen the Archon Priest. Apparently there was some issue on Twitter due to the fact that there was some issue with skeleton keys going on, so they changed it. So now it's the good old Fallen SABER strike. You still got Berserk, Small Arms, Chaff and Airborne, so those are the same. But unfortunately, it's on the SABER strike, as I said. So Small Arms, I've done it before with Bad Juju and a Titan Bubble. And as I'd run the Nightfall on my other characters, seems like I'm going to try it on my Titan again. So, let's see how this goes. It's usually a train wreck, but we'll find out.
We have a Warsat incoming. Rasputin says it contains codes we'll need to gain access to his bunker.
Switching it up just a little bit here. Don't forget your 3 of coins as well. Yeah, gonna see how a shotgun does for the captains and Bad Juju does for my bubble with Small Arms. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so I'm using my Titan, I'm using bubble, I'm definitely using rockets as well. I've got Taken, that's why I've got Solar, just because the captains are Solar and they're going to be one of the bigger annoyances. So watch out for those. First thing you're going to have is quite a few little Vandals coming up here. These devoured ones hurt. Watch for those, and you're also going to have a captain coming down the pipe here as well. Try and pick him off early. It's going to help quite a bit if you can kill him before he gets really too close. And then once you've got that done, you're going to have to look for that second wave of enemies. Or if there's somebody behind you, of course, you don't have Chaff to know that. Second wave should be coming in, so watch out for those. Those snipes are still going to hurt if they tag you, so trying to strafe them as quickly as you can. And then just keep holding down the fort here. You're going to have a couple waves. One of the few times I've actually got to reload, and I need to kill this captain quick while his shield is down. Alright, still going. Next set of enemies are potentially going to be over here. This is where rockets are going to come into play, because you're going to have these wizards and they're going to be pretty painful pretty quick. So you want to make sure and watch out for those, and then also you're going to have, for one, more captains, but two, also you're going to have more wizards coming as well. So keep using your rockets. They're going to be beneficial for the wizards. You want those wizards going down pretty quickly if possible, just because they've got a lot going on to hurt you. Make sure you're reloaded, because there's going to be another captain over here. He's apparently not going to die. And I've got a wizard up here on the top. One more captain in the back. Now I got a decent run going right now, so I'm going to pop my super. Alright, got that one done. I need to see who else is around here. Make sure I'm fully reloaded. Alright, got another one going here. And the final enemies are going to be on this backside over here. These are the ones you're going to want to watch for next. Things are going alright at the moment. There they come. Another wizard. And just keep trying to take out those wizards. You're pretty close at this point. It's really not quite too bad at this point in time. You just got to try and stay away from getting any major tags. You're at 84%. They're not going to kill you with too many more enemies, though. Taking out this blight can help clear your view if you need it. Gonna have some enemies back there, so it's not a bad time for a grenade if you need one. Got another wizard back there. And one more rocket might be a good time for that. Of course he's got a shield. Don't let the one last little vandal take you out, or the wizard. But hey, if you can get through that first section, it's really the worst part. After that, it's pretty manageable. And then we're pretty much good to go. So, I know that sounds easier than it looks. There were quite a few deaths before that, just so you guys know. But yeah, the main section is the first part. Is the hardest if you can kill the 3 sets of vandals and captains that come. It's not too shabby after that if you use some rockets to clear out the wizards and captains that come pretty much by themselves. Grab any ammo that's around, that of course now is yours. Need to switch to a sniper rifle for the rest of this, of course. And we'll be on our way. Also, as I am done with the first section, I'm going to switch over to my hung jury just because it's one of my highest level weapons, and let's get a move on. So, once you're done with this section, jump down here, and here's the opening. And we can go to the next section. Now, I wanted to run this solo. I had a buddy of mine come in. He's going to join me a little later. But at least you guys can see that the Warsat is soloable. Everything else is pretty manageable if you're patient. There's no burn per se, so the boss isn't going to be too bad. You just got to understand the mechanics of each part of the fights. And when it comes to the solar one, it's just a sniper, so keep in cover and just tag its sides of the little thrusters from behind cover, and you should be alright. The void one, just watch for the exploder shanks, and then, you know, take it out from behind the walls. And then the last one is void, and that one is definitely going to be... Sorry, it's arc. And that's his melee one. The biggest thing there is keep your distance from him, and then outside of that, you just got to watch for your exploder shanks. Exploder shanks, and of course, the fun part of all... Sorry, I'm trying to think. It's the sniper shanks. The exploder ones are still going to be around, but it's the new sniper shanks that got thrown in that make that last part kind of fun. So, but in here, you can have Taken, you can have Fallen. I've had both. Normally, I haven't had Taken in here in a while, actually, so you never quite know what you're going to get. But whatever you get, just keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, don't be an idiot like I was and stand in the fire. It's probably best not to do that. And just keep picking the guys off from a distance. The captain's not too bad. If you need the door to shut, it'll take the shot for you. Just back up far enough and you can survive most of that stuff. Taking some shots. I'm going to go ahead and res my friend here. This won't be a solo guide, but at least you guys saw the solo Warsat part, so that should be fine. Not too much else in here besides the wizard in the back.
Try to hack us through, but Rasputin might handle that poorly.
Alright, so jump on by, pick up any ammo that's around. I'd love to get some special, but apparently just does not want to give me any of that. Throw a grenade in there. Apparently it doesn't want to go low enough. See if that'll work. Well, you know, brute force works sometimes too. Take out these little guys that spawn, and we'll move on.
That's all that matters right now.
So, up here we come to the next section. This is the little arc bolts that fly down. You've got a couple sniper shanks down on the far end. And the easiest way to do this, especially if you've run a Titan already, you're in a pretty good position to have the right class. Come on. Alright. So switch back and forth. And the nice thing about a Titan is, for one, I can pop a bubble right about here. Have a little extra shield to run through. And then what you want to do is pick a point when this thing is right about to come out, right now, and you want to follow it down. Now the nice thing about a Titan, you can skate and run it down. And you're good to go. It's nice to have somebody with you to take out the few exploder shanks that are left, but you should be able to outrun them if you use that method, so they shouldn't be that big of a worry. And we'll keep going. Pick up any ammo anybody dropped, and we'll go around the corner, see if we get Taken or if we get Fallen here. Taken, of course. The whole thing seems to be that way. And if you got to retreat back in here, you definitely can do that. That captain's not happy with me right now. Neither do shadows. Really? Well, I can punch him all day, but that's just not fun. It is Berserk, so these guys are going to be pretty aggressive. Keep that in mind as you're running through here. None of these guys are going to be all that forgiving. I gotta go get his res here in a second. Joys of Scions. If they're splitting, this is a bit annoying. Once you're up to this section, you should be okay for a checkpoint. Man, these guys just don't stop coming, do they? Are you kidding me? It's like an infinite supply of scions right now. Sorry if my aim is bad right now, guys. Just a lot of them are trying to stay alive. Did I get most of them? I think I got most of them. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop my bubble here. Get his res. And we'll try this again. Nice thing about... Okay, he's not supposed to be able to do that, but oh well, what are you going to do? Not run into the terrifying bubble of greatness there. How about you jerks? And come on, get out of your little bubble in the corner. And the wizard is down. Alright. So this apparently is going to be pretty much a completely taken run, so good times all around there. And we'll keep going. So just take your time there. You've got, once you actually activate the art thing, you've got the checkpoint. But you need to be careful in that arc part, otherwise you have to do that previous room all over again, which is rather annoying if you have to, so be a little on the cautious side on the arc part. If you gotta take it slow or pop an extra bubble or something like that, it's worth waiting so you just don't have to repeat anything. Now you're gonna have the captain over here on the left. If I can throw a grenade at him, it usually will help a little bit. And we are on the boss. Pretty much. Ow. Almost died there. Joys of not exploding those grenades yourself.
I'm almost surprised he doesn't have breaches more often. I guess it helps he really doesn't like visitors.
Alright, so once you spawn in, you're going to have a couple servitors to take care of real quick. Pick both of those off from either side. And then once you're done with that, boss will spawn. You're going to have a couple panels that come out of the floor. Make sure you duck behind these. So he does have a tendency to teleport at times, but as it's small arms, just keep picking off his thrusters. The main thing about the sniper section, you want to stay crouched behind this little box if you can, because that sniper on top of him hurts quite a bit, so just be careful about that. And just keep working your way around. So if you play the game of going around, in and around the box, you should be alright. Alright, so once he goes void, what you want to do is run to this other side. Nope. Alright, so, yeah, my buddies are talking in the background, but yeah, what you want to do, watch out for these exploder shanks once you're over here. Use these as defense, but some of the guys can come up behind you, so be careful of that. Try and pick off some of these as you can. And then as he sits out there in the middle, you want to try and snipe him in the visor. That's going to be your crit spot for him. And just sit back over here, and again, keep working on the snipes on his head. They're dropping some galleys into him. Alright. So once the third section happens, you need to avoid most of the outer rim because it's all electronic. But you're also going to have snipers above you, which is going to be tough. So what you need to do is try and keep your distance from him, and then you want to snipe him in the middle. And his crit spot is actually going to be the main center of his little pulsing spot. You got to keep your distance from that. So keep sniping, shooting him in the middle if you got rockets or anything like that. And that's a wrap. So pick up any loot that you've got. Almost got a faction package there. And just for sake of testing, I'm going to go ahead and use a skeleton key.
Maybe it was the size. It was pretty big for a shank.
We got a Baron's Ambition at 370. Not too shabby.
larger chassis?
reload speed, feeding frenzy, and hand light stock. So,
Guardian, that was impressive work.
all right, that's pretty much a wrap, guys. I know the first part was solo. I had some buddies join, but gonna go work on the raid now. So hopefully we can get some stuff on that knocked out, and I'll get this video up for you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you guys found this helpful. Yeah, see what I get for rewards here. And I got a sniper. Nice. No, 3 coins, 372, 372. Not bad, not bad. So, thanks guys for tuning in again. Likes are appreciated. Drop one of those below if you did enjoy this one. Hope you guys enjoyed that first part. There were some deaths in there that I cut out for your sake. And check out the main channel. Got plenty of content coming your way. And I'll always have the videos of pretty much anything that changes coming your way. So, thanks guys for tuning in. Have a good one.